Hi guys. Initially I wanted to say that fresh coming off the most expensive Chinese EV in Malaysia, Chinese brand EV in Malaysia, which is the Zeekr 009. Is it the most expensive? I mean, if you don't count Lotus, okay. Then I want to say this is the most affordable one, but then now the Proton is cheaper, right? So this is the highest spec of the M6, which is in a classic MPV form factor. The okay, I need to unlock it with the button. Oh my god, the heat! Oh my god, it's warm. Okay. Let's turn on the aircon. It's a very, very sunny day. I need to press start. That's what confuses me. I believe it's a setting that can be adjusted. Okay, aircon, come on, blow me. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's a warm, warm day. Let me move the car to the shade first while I wait for the... Oh, because I didn't buckle up. Sorry for that. I guess it should release the parking brake now. Drive and then auto release. And oh, it's warm, it's warm. No, it's not just warm, it's blistering hot. Okay, I have to say, after driving so many Chinese EVs, this is the car that feels most like the familiar Asian car, like Japanese, Korean type of car. Yeah, very familiar. Okay. While I wait for the car to cool up, park, and wireless charging. Is this a wireless charger? No. Is this a wireless charger? Yes, it says fully charged. Cool. Can I open this? No, right? That's asking for too much. Anyway, just leave it there. Hope you guys don't mind the sound coming out from the air conditioning unit. All right. First of all, let's get whatever that needs to be get out of the way first. This is not the latest generation BYD product, okay? But nevertheless, it is still the only sort of family MPV EV at this price point. So if you would like to go into EVs, but your budget is sort of around this area, which is a good budget, 120,000, and that's your one and only family car where you drive around, send the kids to school, tapao, and then probably you run a roadside Ramly Burger store or whatever. You can use the boot because it's very functional. You can fold the seats down and all that. And hey, this is an honest segment, okay? And it's an EV if you want to. Now, if this will be your one and only car, okay, be mindful, Malaysia truly do not have enough public chargers. What I mean is, if this is your one and only car, and you are those where you have extended family members in Kedah, Kuantan, Penang, Perlis, and this car will also serve your balik kampungs during festive periods, do take note, okay? Because it has become a serious problem whereby North-South Highway and all that. But nevertheless, this car has a 70 over kilowatt battery. It is rated at 530 km range. That's the rating. You will only get that if you use moderate aircon, you drive smoothly, never really accelerated, and you don't live in an area with a lot of hills like Kuala Lumpur. You all don't notice that, right? Kuala Lumpur is actually a hilly area. There are so many places with hills. You go to JB, it's flat. Anyway, let's look at the car. I've looked at it before. Chinese cars are well made, and it's a fact. Okay, well made. Some people will say, Bobby, so many hard plastic, how can you say well made? Build quality and fit and finish is two different things. Okay, so this car for its segment, don't expect leather wrap Alcantara headliner, soft touch polyurethane Audi interior kind of material, or real wood, Nordic wood like that of the Denza D9. No, okay? These are nice patterns. They serve the exact same function where if these are carbon fiber, which is purely for aesthetics, for design only, okay? So, it is also as light as carbon fiber. It's actually plastic. Okay, but it's a nice pattern to it. Metallic. Oh, very nice molding and finishing. I don't feel the molding line at all. These are slightly soft touch, a bit like Mercedes A-Class kind of, you know, it's hard plastic underneath, but then there's a layer on top, a thin layer on top. Okay, this is also soft. Oh, very good already lah. This is soft like leather. Okay. Sort of like an aluminium accent around all the window control buttons, and then down here we have the door bin. Here you can put a bottle. This extends inside. What is that? What is that? Speakers are here. So this is one single piece of plastic, but then they actually do the soft touch over here, soft material over here, soft material up here as well. Very good. Here I expected it to be hard plastic. Totally acceptable because it's the higher quality type. Doesn't really hurt your knuckles. Yeah. Oh, interesting. This is hard, but as you come down to the sides, there are two stitch lines running here, and this is padded. The part where you put your knees, this is padded. Wow, a lot of more expensive cars also, they, you know, not bad, ma. See, that's the thing. BYD, build your dreams. I still remember the old BYD logo. They wanted to copy BMW, so they put BYD. Anyway. See, it drops softly, spacious enough, well built. Everything is well built, well appointed. Look at that, diffuse light. You know, some more expensive cars, they put a little switch where you slap to turn it off. This is so much nicer. Sunglass holder. So many cars take out, it's padded inside, carpeted. So many cars took out sunglass holder. What about, you know, a lot of people like to wear sunglasses when they drive. Not me, but I understand a lot of people do. And these are quality switch gears. These type of switch gears, the way you press them, the way they feel, the buttons, they are the type of level that Lexus uses in their cars. Okay? Very hard to argue lah. You see the build. My God, Chinese cars. Even one that looks so boring. If you don't look at the screen, right, this is like a car from 2010, right? It's very hard to get an EV with an analog dial. The first EV in Malaysia with analog dials. Okay, anyway, so that's your speed, that's your charge rate, and your kilowatt output. Okay, interesting with the boost there. Is there like a boost button? Okay, anyway, there's a screen here that gives you all the help. Okay. Hey, then which one controls that? This one only, okay, this button only toggles that. Or is that static? There we go. You press this to toggle between, you see adaptive cruise control, and then the sensor sensing the car in front. Currently the consumption is at 16.7 kilowatts per 100 km. And then what else do I have? Front air volume, front temperature, sport mode. Long press scroll wheel to activate sport mode. Wow, that's a afterthought, I guess. There's your call button. That's your hi BYD thing. Okay, and then this one is to, BYD does that, but in the Sea Lion they take it out because it's more like a gimmick that helps BYD sell their cars in showrooms. I tell you, just by this screen rotating alone, with this button alone, has sold so many BYDs, because that's how you wow people in the showrooms. Actual usage, meh, because even this size is good enough for viewing the maps. Alright, this is more like a gimmick, but it helps sell your cars, and that's a smart move if you do that. Alright, this activation of adaptive cruise control is, they look like the older type, but then you just press this to activate, and then set your speed, pull down, and then up or down. Press this to set the speed, and then to manage the distance. All these are there. And then aircon vents are here. I don't think there are vents here. Okay, on the charger, I don't think there are any vents. I don't feel it, but this material is pretty interesting. It's rubberized, the strips are rubberized, and the back will be the gloss black plastic, which is a nice look to it. This one, what does it do? Larger, standard, larger, standard. This one, larger, standard. Is it for the regenerative braking? I'm not sure. This one changes the sport mode, eco sport. This is the faster way to do eco sport normal. Alright, this one toggles that. Self-explanatory, all this. You see the volume button is on the left side, right? Because why spend money developing a right-hand drive version when right-hand drive is so limited and it's not hard for the driver to reach anyway? So, and this one, why this one controls this one controls this, because this is the exact same steering as the left-hand drive one, where the right panel controls the right screen. Okay, cup holders, some holder here. I would much rather a larger compartment. Nevertheless, this is nice. A strong hinge, so you don't. They click lock as well. I don't understand this click lock thing. You don't need that. You do this when you prepare a lock for people to lock this with their physical key, right? Else, you don't need that when you have a strong hinge. You really don't need that. Okay? Inside here, you get a SD card slot, USB-A, USB-C, 12-volt socket. Leather seats, I think these are not real leather, but they feel good. It's alright. Seat belts, adjustable. You don't even get that in the 5 Series. Okay, that's the blind, powered blind for the panoramic roof, which is a fantastic thing. European cars that just put a glass up there and make do without the blind is a bit silly for Malaysian market. Tesla does that. Tesla does that. And look at that. Second row aircon vent is routed to the top. Hey, it costs money. It costs money to route the aircon's ducts to come here. Okay, there aren't any here. Okay, usually most cars will put it here because it's a shorter route to just route it over here, and they leave it as that. But the more costly way, come here and then go down below, come up inside the B pillar, and then come out here, and that one will give proper cooling to the rear passengers instead of a ball cooler. I used to call it the ball cooler. Okay, towards the back. All right, visibility, headroom, and all that is fantastic. There's this little window here. Side mirrors are mounted on the door instead of the base of the A pillar, so it doesn't block the view which is very good. Vantage point is good enough. Let's open the doors. Hope they don't switch off the car when I get out. Ingress and egress is alright. The height is okay. The doors go up to 70 degrees. This one, oh, 80 degrees. This one goes to 80 degrees. And let me come behind here. Okay, now I feel it. They raise the rear seat. As the rear passenger, this is how much higher I'm sitting versus the front passenger. It's a lot higher. And there are two benefits to this. First of all, it makes me feel that the car is very airy. I don't feel claustrophobic when I am sitting so high above the front passenger. My view is fantastic, as you can see from this, with the huge panoramic roof, right? It's fantastic. Secondly, when you raise the seat, it gives me the impression that I have more leg room because I'm sitting higher. Okay, down here we have a USB-A, USB-C, aircon controls for the rear passenger compartment. Here I have pockets for my phones, for my tablets. Very nicely done. Okay, armrests with 2 cup holders. I explained the other day why some car makers put it vertical. When you put it vertical, you can put 2 bottles and you can still rest your arm, right? But when you put it horizontal, you can't. You get what I mean? Okay, aircon vents here. Why are there no aircon? Okay, probably wasn't on there. Nevertheless, the lights are here. Even the third row, you see, it's routed to the third row as well. Very good. And the third row is folded. Let me show you guys at the back there, how does it look like? Okay, door bins are wide, put bottles and all that. Very practical. Very usable. Let's open the boot. Powered boot, good design. It's a handsome car. I mean, basic but handsome. Look at that. You can put your stuffs over here. As you can see, there is nothing here. That means it's not designed to have any tonneau covers. It's memang for passengers. This will be their armrest, hard plastics, and then with just a cup holder or bottle holder at the back. This I have to really praise BYD for this. You know, a lot of Japanese cars, right? They just leave a strap, a very cheap strap. Right? You see that in a lot of mid-tier Japanese cars. They couldn't be bothered. Look at the Chinese. A nicely molded handle that doesn't cut your hand. No molding lines. And you can use this to pull the seats up. How thoughtful would that be? And then you can, oh, it's magnetized? Brother. It's magnetized. Japan. Learn. Okay, you guys always cut costs here and there, right? Japanese, a lot of Japanese brands, they couldn't be bothered. Look at that, how tidy is that? How tidy is that? And this car is an entry-level car. Okay, you still get a little bit of boot space behind here after the seats are up. Probably only good for school bags and some shopping bags. 2 rolls of toilet paper. Now let's get to the back of the car to see how's the situation there. All right, I will push this up front. Okay, it's very shallow, as I can see already. I'm not a small size guy. Ugh. Okay, I'm 44 years old. In another 10 years, I don't think I'm as flexible as I am now. Okay. Oh, I get to slot my feet underneath. Means I should have confidence to... Ouch. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's usable, not... Hey, it's a lot better than, you know, the previous generation Lexus RX. They came out with a 7-seater version that's like totally cannot wait. I go to the back, it's like, what the heck, right? And then you have what other cars that offers you 3 row, but then the third row is like barely usable. What cars am I reminded of? There are quite a few, but this one, okay lah. Okay, I can be a second grade citizen all the way to Penang. You know, not a lot of room for me to slouch, but at least I can sit properly instead of some, right, really that you can only do this at the third row, you know. And then last time there's the funny one, there's the Kia, I don't know what Kia was that was many years ago, like 20 over years ago, the NASA Citra or something. That one damn funny. You want leg room for the second row, you have none for the third row. You want leg room for the third row, you have none for the second row. That's like so forced way. Anyway, totally usable. I get my window cup. Not a lot of amenities, but hey, it's a budget EV. Okay? It's a budget EV and it fits. Okay, 2 sets of seat belts at the back. So it fits 2% at the back, 3% here. It's a 7-seater. Okay, it's a 7-seater. All right, let's try and fold the second row, shall we? Getting in and out. It's a bit of ouch. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's mostly for kids, or I mean, if you have a helper at home, pity her, but that's how it is. Okay, this one is to adjust this. This one, okay. That's the max it will go. I need to understand how this works. But at least this one has a proper handle instead of the metal bar thing, right? Oh, this is fully to the back. Now, what do I do if I want to carry luggages? I think the design of this can be better lah, huh? Okay, let's fold this down. Let's see how much it goes down. Oh, wow! That means you can do you can carry. It can be for proper cycling activities and all that. Because now let me push this down. Ugh. Sorry for that. Push. I really appreciate that. Magnetized way. Good. See? It can be folded fully flat. Look at that. This one? Oh, it doesn't buck. It doesn't spring load. So I have to do this. Oh, sorry, one-man show is like that. Okay, there we go. There you have it. You have a spacious loading spot to carry serious stuffs. All right, there you have it. Now you can, you know, it can be your one car that carries your family, that you go cycling, exercise, you run your own little small business, you go IKEA and all that. So it's perfectly okay for that. And actually for Malaysia, if your EV has a rating of 400-500 km range, Peninsular Malaysia is actually the perfect place for EV cars to sell and for people to buy EVs. Why? The market center is KL. Up north maximum 400 km, down south maximum 400 km. So it makes sense, just that we need to increase the number of electric chargers. Look at that, it's a handsome car. It's the typical kind of handsome car, you know. The form factor is like that of a Odyssey, I would say, or a slammed Toyota Estima. It's a handsome looking car. This is from the previous generation BYDs, you know, the BYD Han and all that. They all look like that. It's handsome, okay? Shorter with GT tires, sort of like the leading China tire brand, but it's a Singapore company. All right, that's the design. I mean, it's a good looking car. Let's go for a drive. Let's mount you guys up and we continue the video. I hope you can see me. This is as close as I can get to a passenger POV. Alright, I hope you can hear me. Yep, the mic's connected. Let's go for a drive. Can I not press this button? And, oh, can you guys see? Should I adjust you guys down a bit? Because there's no point looking at the roof anyway. If I don't press this, can I just pull it 2 steps? It doesn't, so I need to press this. Alright, let's go. Okay, let's cool down. Let's lower the aircon so that I can talk better. I can't close the blind now because you guys are mounted to the panoramic roof. Oh, it's a really sunny day. Alright, oh, the brakes are pretty strong. This car tends to want to regen, very enthusiastically regen internal blah blah blah, ADAS service blah blah. Charging, is there a charging? No. Oh, the seat belts are slamming on the B pillar. Regenerative braking is now on standard. Can you imagine if it's high? 91% charge. Range mode is a dynamic or standard. Okay, thank you. Okay, the width of the car is more or less like that of a C segment. I'm feeling like the car is the width of a Mazda 3, I suppose. Okay, what is... Oh, the seat belts are... Oh, the rear ones. Okay, so... Okay, I saw a little clip on the C pillar for the seat belts to be clipped there, but it's currently not, so it may be, you know, slapping on the C pillar.
Ahead.
Cross the road, auntie. Oi. I don't know which Chinese car decides to put the turn signal on the left, which one decides to put on the right. Warm. Just gonna drive in normal mode. Damn. Alright. Smooth acceleration. I was hoping for more, but then probably they reserved that for sports mode. So probably I'll go to sport now. Okay. What? Sport. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a Aura. Yeah, what's Aura doing? Suddenly quiet. Like totally quiet. Oh, suspension is alright. It's good. Very pliant. See, that's what I like. A proper coil spring suspension that is sorted. You don't need a lot of high-tech stuff, but a proper one that matches the weight of the car. And up we go, down we go, no drama, right? No extra sound, nothing, just up and down and sorted.
Congestion ahead.
I can tell. We just have to live with all this. Probably you can switch all of them off. Okay, turn signals on the right now. Some of the cars is on the left. Oh, the seat belts are slapping on the... Ooh. Okay. Totally different from the Seal or the Sea Lion. Okay, when you accelerate, oh, it picks up speed really nice, but you totally feel the steering. You need to manage the steering a little bit, which is fun because the new ones, right, they do it so well. They do it so well that there's hardly any disturbances to your trajectory or the way the car tracks. All right. I mean, okay, if I'm looking at this design, I'll be honest with you, it's not an exciting design. In fact, you know what it looks like? It looks like someone inherited a car from their parents, a car from the 2002, 2003 era, you know, like a I don't know, Grand Livina or something, and then he go and buy the largest Android screen he can find and then slap it onto the car. That's how it looks like, because from where I sit, all right, I mean, obviously the build and the solidity of the fit and finish is much better than Japanese, Korean cars from the early 2000s, all right? But the speedo cluster that just looks so uninspiring, sort of gives you that vibe that, oh, this is an old car. Hey, but it steers well, makes a good U-turn. Okay, detects the motorcycle in front, tries to warn me not to run the motorcycle over. I mean, come on, it won't win beauty awards for this interior, but it is again another interior that you cannot fault for what it does, all right? Because hey, it's a practical layout. You can put your phone, you can charge your phone. There are USB ports, cup holders, wallet holders, bottle holders, smart tag. Okay, cannot lah. The one on the door is too shallow. Suspension is alright for the price. It's a what? It's 120,000. Yeah. Obviously, this price, you can get some SUVs, all right, that are more plush, probably, petrol, and has some. Yeah, all the smart features are here. Yeah, you cannot argue. Go ahead. If you really wanted an EV, you want to try having an EV because it's so smooth, so quiet. Of course, I just came off the Zeekr 009. All right, that car is what, 370,000, which I think is underpriced. And the car is so plush, so comfortable, so nice. But drivetrain wise, I can say this one, in terms of how the power is delivered and all that, is done well, but not in that kind of plush, sophisticated manner. Cannot be compared, okay? Price point is different. That one zone ahead. One of that can buy 3 of these, all right? Yeah, I can't fault this for what it is, for the price that it's charging. Okay, but we also know that in China there are a lot of more modern EVs coming out that are more, you know, exciting in its design. Yeah. The scary part is what, you know, this alone already matches up to a lot of current generation Asian makes, right? And for those who have never gotten into a new Chinese car, they would have expected, okay, something like the Japanese or Koreans, and they have also matched up to the fit and finish, right? I was just watching a video from an American. He was like, do you know the Chinese cars have already matched up to the Western cars? And then I see the comments in that YouTube video. Are you kidding? Match up? Have you seen them? They more than surpass, right? This is already better built than the Alfa Romeo Stelvio that I drove in Japan. That is a modern car, mind you, and of course, that one is a more expensive vehicle, but I can already see some fit and finish stuff that, okay lah, this one matches lah, I would say, but yeah, you can't argue. You can't argue. All right. So well built, and that's how scary BYD is. That's why they are everywhere now. You don't need to like the logo. You don't need to like the sound of the logo. You don't even need to look at the logo. You just look at the car without the logo, You go in, you touch everything, you sit, you drive. You can't argue with the value proposition. You just can't. Yeah. But again, unfair to compare to petrol cars because they pay taxes. These doesn't. So if this one comes into Malaysia with the normal duties as applied to petrol cars, this car will be 250,000 or 230,000. Ha! By then, 230,000, this interior won't cut it. You see? That's where the cost was parked. This one is parked into the battery because batteries are actually expensive. People forgot about that. Yep. All right. It remains to be seen when the day comes when our government decided to, let's collect taxes on EVs, then the whole industry will evaporate. That is also the thing that is scaring the charging infrastructure suppliers now, right? Our government needs to make up their mind and announce things that are 10 years ahead so the companies will know, okay, so you are forever not gonna collect duties for EVs. Now I will I will raise funds, all right? 40 million, 100 million to secure land, secure rights to buy up and install chargers for long-term investments. So I cannot blame you cannot blame the companies, right? Charge Sini or whatever. You cannot blame them because what's the outlook when the government, not sure, maybe suddenly, ta-da, I'm going to charge tax on cars, and then the whole industry collapse and their investments will go to, if they're a listed company, that's even worse. Their share price will fall like nobody's business. So I think our government should continue not collecting taxes, but there is a way to encourage more chargers to be built, especially from the car makers. Look at Tesla, they're selling cars everywhere. What do Malaysians get from that? Nothing much, right? Then you force Tesla to have, or all EV car brands that once you exceed a certain number, means you are a big EV player, then you must commit to installing X number of DC, not AC, DC chargers, wherever it may be. We don't care the location, we don't care where you deploy them, okay? You make your own deal with private companies, hotels or whatnot. No, if hotels, you have to ask them to install. The private sector must put in effort as well. Hotels, shopping malls and all that. And then you allow restaurants to install without that much of regulation. That is also a good thing. And then you tell the car makers, I don't care, you just install them, DC chargers. And yeah, that may be the benefit that we can get, all right? And that also helps the government to wean off relying on car import taxes and duties for part of our economy. Then Malaysians will have more disposable income to spend locally, to spend on, I don't know, changing new furnitures that are made in Malaysia or whatever. Or there is another method. Government can collect cars, duties, import tax, you can collect. That means this car is 120,000 and then now you're going to apply the same tax as petrol cars, okay? Or petrol cars all work for everyone. You can collect these duties, but after collecting, there is in my income tax, right? There is a record that this year I contributed this much of tax to the government, and that allows me for a higher loan margin if I were to buy something. That means my credit rating goes up. I know it doesn't make sense. A lot of people say, hey, Bobby, doesn't make sense. Hey, Bobby, doesn't make sense. I have to depend on your income. Yeah, I have to depend on your income. That's the old thinking to disperse a loan, right? But I'm looking at benefits to me here. How the government can encourage me to buy a car knowing that the tax that I paid for benefits me as well. Okay? So that would qualify me for a better bracket or whatever, okay? On top of that, the amount that I pay the government for the taxes, probably an X amount out of that, probably 60 or 70%, I can use it to benefit local industries. Not buying anything, not to spend, disposable income, what? Bugger, everybody go and buy LV, Gucci, and then all the money flow to Europe for what, right? But if the money is spent on, let's say, mass airline, local travel, spend on hotels, local hotels, regardless of the brand, St. Regis or whatever, doesn't matter because the money stays locally, right? Or the money can be spent, basically, local industry, you spur the local industry. I think that would be great, right? Anyway, okay, too much of nonsense, okay? That's the BYD M6. I think it's a car that I won't fall in love with, but I cannot fault it. And if it's within your budget, you want to try an EV, go ahead, okay? Cheers.